When I first started in the hobby a couple years ago, and then got seriously into Lego Castle, I considered myself fortunate because I was living in an age where Lego was pretty consistently every year giving us a new castle set. I started with the 3-in-1 castle, which is now retired. Then the magnificent Lions Knights castle, which we probably won't see its like again. And now recently, the medieval Horse Knights castle. Lego does not put out a castle set every year. There seems to be none on the horizon right now. Is it time to consider alternatives to Lego in the castle space? I'm Tom Bray since 1954, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, I know, it can be a controversial subject, that is, branching out from Lego and buying other sets. But there's a fellow on YouTube whose opinion I admire, and that's a guy named JANG, and he has a couple of channels, JANG's Bricks, where he reviews Lego sets very fairly, I think, and then JANG's Alternative Brick Reviews, which is where he reviews things that are not produced by the Lego brand. And I recently saw a review of a castle set that was not Lego branded, that was, in his opinion, a magnificent kind of value for what you were getting. And it looked really intriguing to me, and it got me to thinking, well, maybe it's time to at least consider some of these other sets, which I'm going to tell you about. I would encourage you to go look for this review and to support JANG and sign up for his channel. He really does a service to the Lego community, and the many hats that I wear in these videos are tipped to him. This set that he reviewed, that he's talking about, I'm going to show you first. And that is a set called the Barweer Crow King's Castle. And it's available on their website. Of course, now, as of this moment, it's out of stock, probably because of JANG's review. But you can sign up to be notified when it comes back in stock. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this set. It's 4,961 bricks, which they call premier bricks. I don't know what that really means. The design is also licensed. It's not some, rip-off design. And the price, when it was available, was $108.20. Now, what I love about this design, what looks really kind of spectacular about it, is that it's very formidable to look at. It opens, and the interior is well appointed. It's not cluttered, but it's well appointed. And you can get, it doesn't come with minifigs, but you can stage some Lego minifigs, castle minifigs within that castle. So I think that's the first one that's worth considering. And again, go check out that review because you'll be glad you did. Now, the next three that I'm going to tell you about are available now on Amazon.com. The reason I chose these is because they're on Amazon. And they've been on Amazon for a while now. And I don't believe Amazon is in the business of stocking products and listing products and fulfilling products that are going to come back to them immediately. They're going to be returned frequently. I think if a product is returned frequently enough, Amazon will stop carrying it or fulfilling it. So I think this is kind of a built-in little bit of an assurance that these sets are of value and that the collector community considers them of value. And also, I've heard some really good things about them. And also, I have this first set. I've yet to build it, but I have it. The first set is from a company that used to be called one of the most unfortunate names in branding history, and that is Funhole. And that's the Funhole Medieval Watchtower, which I bought last summer for about $50. It's now listed at a retail price of $89.99. There's 1,625 pieces in that. And it's a gate and tower kind of arrangement. There's a wagon and an oxen, and there are some minifigs. The minifigs, in my opinion, are certainly not as solid as Lego minifigs. And you can substitute them out if you'd like. What strikes me about it is the value in it. At a time when the Horse Knights set, 31168, is 1,371 pieces for $130, well, it seems to be 1,625 pieces, even at $90, is a pretty good value. And, you've got that lovely tower, And the thing about this build is that it's illuminated. So there's a light kit that is included with it. And I have determined, this is my pledge to you, that as soon as I'm done building the set that I'm working on, which is the Dungeons and Dragons castle, I'm going to go right to this set and build it and just see what the experience is like, because I'm really, really curious. So that's the second viable option. This next set is from the company that was rebranded from Funhole. That's a company called Luma Bricks. And the set is called the Medieval Castle Armory. It's a really dense set. It's spectacular to look at. It's 2,895 pieces for about $150. Now, I've heard that it's difficult to build. It's not easy. That installing the lights can be tricky. But as a display piece, it really looks spectacular. And if that's what you're looking for, you may consider it for your arsenal of castle sets to build your castle world. So that's the second from that company that's now called Luma Bricks. The last set I'm going to show you is also from Luma Bricks. It's the Luma Bricks Medieval Guard Post. Aesthetically, to me, this is a better looking set than the last one. I like the fact that it's kind of spread out, that there seems to be more access to put minifigures. I like the fact that there's kind of two towers, one taller one shorter one, where you can stage soldiers. That's 2,945 pieces, also for $150, which is also an extremely good value. Luma Bricks have other medieval builds that look really interesting. You're looking at them now. I think this is worth considering if you're building a medieval village. In conclusion, I'll say this. If you're like me, you may not need all these sets. I don't really need more than the one Funhole set that I have that lights up. It'll light up and the novelty will be good and it'll look good beside my other castles, but I have limited room. And, with the kind of solid castles that I'm getting from Lego, I don't have a real need to keep building castle after castle. But if you're somebody who really likes to be constantly building and you have the space and you want to expand your castle world to get as many castles in there as you can, or medieval builds, then I think you should do yourself a favor and consider these sets that I've mentioned today, because they seem to be well respected and they're growing in respect. The prices seem to be firming up and the prices seem to be going up. The one thing I would say is, if you're going to buy these sets, if you ever dismantle them, I would advise against mixing them with Lego parts. Make sure you keep your Lego parts separate from your non-Lego parts, because if you ever go to sell something, even sell them just as parts, when non-Lego parts are mixed in with Lego parts, I know from experience in seeing people bring stuff into my local bricks and minifig store, they don't want it. They don't want it if it's mixed up, because it's just too much work to sort through every last piece and separate the Lego from the non-Lego. And there are some collectors and builders who just don't want non-Lego parts. Are you one of them? Or have you experimented and branched out with some of these sets? Let me know in the comments. I always value your opinion. Keep building your Lego kingdom one brick at a time. Take care.